Check this out. Got some beautiful warbirds to show you. I'm about to show you the flight of the P40, the first time on my RadioMaster. Went really good, but I continued to improve my setup. So stick around to the end and I'll show you what I did to improve the plane to help it fly nice and smooth. So I'm really happy with the setup now. So stick around to the end. So enjoy the flight now. Check this out. We're back with the beautiful XK P40 for another flight. And look at this. Here's a comparison with the other Eachine warbirds. See, they're about the same size, eh? So don't worry about the millimeters. They're pretty much exactly the same size. But the Eachines are faster. We'll do a speed comparison today as well. What do you think? This should be something. So let's get the P40 in the sky, see how it flies with my RadioMaster. We're up. Got the gyro on, and straight away, look at this. We've got some more travels. That's just turning with the ailerons. Flying with my RadioMaster, 100% rates. That's a full turn with the ailerons. So that's pretty good. Oh yeah, a little bit of rudder now. Turns nice. Here we go. Flat out. It's the only thing, it's a little bit underpowered probably compared to the Eachines. But other than that, it's a beautiful warbird. Beautiful warbird. So this is 100% rates. Flying beautiful. About 3/4 throttle you need. You can fly half throttle. Just slows down a little bit. About 60% okay. Flying beautiful. I'm happy to get this thing back in the sky. I like our little mini warbirds. They're lots of fun. They're good fun, aren't they? I like the big red nose on it. Hope Captain Mupp is keeping up with it in the camera. Full throttle. The wind's a little bit sideways, but that's full throttle. As you can see, it's a little bit slow. So we'll get the other one out and I'll show you how fast it is in a minute. I'll go a little bit higher. I just want to test this stunt mode.
Stunt mode on.
There we go, gyro's off. Low rates. Got to keep your eye on it. Got to watch it like a hawk. But as you can see, you can fly it without the self level. Flying beautiful, not too bad. It's good fun. If you can fly this without the self level, you can fly any plane. Because you really got to watch these little baby ones. Gets small really fast. About 3/4 throttle. Goes a bit skew with when I try and do the roll. It's because of the wind, I think. They're a little bit light. They get tossed around a little bit, see? You gotta keep on it. Gotta watch it. But they're good fun. Well, there we go, we're kicked in. Self-level mode's back in. Flying around sweet. A little bit of rudder does help this model for some reason. We're in high rates, 100%. Flat out. Just a little bit of rudder kicked in then, just helps it with the turn. I've got no timer on this bird, so I don't know how long I fly for. There's some sort of stopwatch or something to time myself. I just fly it till it drops out of the sky. But we won't do that today. We'll plug in our Eachine Mustang and we'll do a speed test. Land it into the wind, a little bit more. Here we go. We'll swap planes. Oh, we're up. Oh. Flat out. As you can see, we've got a little bit of speed difference. This one's definitely faster. Smaller fuselage. Probably cut through the wind a little bit better. This is on the mid mode, self-level stabilised mode.
9 minutes.
Flies around pretty quick. So I hope this comparison helps you. Probably got a little bit better gyro too in these Eachines. I think it's a little bit more stable. Allows me to see the confidence I got. Fly nice and low to the ground. Yeah, definitely a better gyro system I think than the XK. A little bit of rudder in the turn, flat out. Still flat out. It's just smooth. Very smooth, these Eachines. Looks good in the sky.
8 minutes.
And you get 2 or 3 batteries with these ones. So it's handy, isn't it? They look great in the sky, don't they, the mini warbirds? We've been enjoying flying them. They're a lot of fun. So, as you've seen, there's maybe a little bit of difference in the speed between the Mustang and the P40. Just a little bit. The Mustang, the engine sounds like it's revving a lot higher than the P40 for sure. Definitely got a different sounding motor or gearing inside of it. But I think one of the problems is that the battery in this one sort of sags a little bit after a couple of minutes. I think it sags, so it does slow down just that little bit. One of the reasons is that you're flying around at 3/4 throttle or even full throttle for the whole flight. It's one of these planes where there's not much throttle difference from 60% to 100%. There's not much speed difference. So you're pretty much flying around flat out the whole time. So that could be one of the reasons why we got a speed difference. The nose is definitely a little bit skinnier, cut through the wind a little bit better on the Mustang for sure. And as for the flight time, the P40 just kept flying. I couldn't believe it. I was flying around. My brother landed his Mustang. He's got his timer set for 10 minutes and I just kept flying. Just kept flying and flying. So definitely flew longer than 10 minutes. So that was pretty good. I was happy about that. I haven't got no timer on my radio, so I'm not exactly sure. So in this flight, the Mustang definitely was a lot more stable with its gyro. a lot more stable than the P40. This one it was doing funny things now and again. I was basically fighting it some of the way. I did have the ailerons in the elevator adjusted. I had them on the first hole, the closest hole in, to give maximum travel. So it definitely wasn't as stable as the Mustang. That's really nice and stable. But I did get more turning out of it with the clevises adjusted. Definitely got a lot more. It was better, but you still needed a little bit of rudder in the turn because it has got a big turning circle. Even though I did just those clevises. Where the Mustang, it turns great. It's got no rudder mixing on the Eachines either. There's no rudder mixing, and you can turn them really sharp for some reason. So the Eachines basically fly perfect out of the box. No adjusting. All of them. And a Trojan too, of course. They fly really good. Where this one needs a rudder mixing. So I think if you want to fly the P40 on the original radio, it was a struggle, as you could see in the main flight. It just wouldn't turn. So it definitely did turn a lot better with those clevises adjusted down onto the closest hole, but still needed the rudder in a turn now and again because it's not a sharp turner. Where the Mustangs, they can turn really sharp. So this P40 should have had the rudder mixing built into the board, programmed into the gyro board, but it hasn't, unfortunately. So that's a bit of a shame, because it might be a little bit hard for a beginner to use the rudder. I know I'm not that experienced with using the rudder. Our other XK models have the rudder mixing, like the A160, the Piper Cub, the yellow Cub that we got. That has a rudder mixing, only on the gyro 6G mode. If you go to the 3D mode, there's no rudder mixing. So as I said, in the flight that you just seen, I was fighting a little bit. Me and my brother sat down and thought about it, and we reckon the gyro is a little bit overactive because I had these clevises adjusted up. So we tried putting it back into the original position, and it flew, to our surprise, it flew a lot smoother. So when we gave it more travel, the gyro becomes stronger basically, so it's overactive. So that's what we're guessing. So I wanted to double check the difference in the travels of the ailerons between the original radio and my RadioMaster. I had a feeling that they might have toned down the rates on this. So I wanted to double check the rates, and here's what I found out. So this is in 6G mode, but the gyro is not active. There's our ailerons, and I measured that. That's 6 mil of travel, 6 millimeters of travel. Now we should be in 3D mode, and we get extra travel, which is 9 millimeters travel. And I didn't realise this. Went ahead and measured on my RadioMaster just to check it, and what do you know? I've got exactly the same millimeters with 100% rates on my RadioMaster. And this one is on high rate. You push the high rate here. You can hear it by the double click. One click is low rate. That's high rates. High rates is equal to 100% on our RadioMaster. So I hope this helps someone. We're back in the 6G mode. One thing I don't like, under throttle, the elevator goes up, so the plane wants to climb. I don't like that feature. I'll show you. I'll try and keep it level, keep the plane level. under full throttle. See that? Elevator wants to go up. But you go to stunt mode and it doesn't do it. So here's my setup on my RadioMaster for you. Go across. Here's my travels. For the self-level 6G mode, put it on 100%, 20% expo on all of them. But the rudder, for some reason I went down to 90, I don't remember why. I was trying different settings. I must have stayed with that for some reason. And then in the stunt mode, I've got two rates. I've got 85 and 70 on the low, and then a little bit higher on the elevator, 90 and 80. And I increased the expo. I seem to like 30% expo on them. And same again, there's the rudder, 30% expo. Come across, and there's our rudder mix there. And you need a lot of rudder mix. You need 50%. And I did actually, you need under throttle, the elevator will push the plane up, which I don't like that. I did have a mix there, but I thought it was doing nothing, so I deleted it, but it actually was. So I'll show you how to do the throttle to elevator mix now. So highlight that one, and we copy, then we move it up under channel 2. It's got the little plus there, push it, then we hold it, edit, then we don't need 100%. I think from memory I had 20%, so I hope that's right. And we need the offset, whoops, -20, and that should be only active on the self-level mode. So I'll put this
Stunt mode on.
self-level mode on this SD switch up the top here. So that is only active on there. So we can see this in action. Move our throttle, and our elevator goes minus, so hopefully that's right. Yeah. Under throttle we have to push forward to keep it level. So push the throttle and it's going forward, which is actually minus, so that's pretty good. There's our throttle halfway, hit the switch, hit to go into the stunt mode, and it's turned off. So that's what we like.
Self-level mode.
So that feature, the mixing on the original board, doesn't work on the stunt mode. So you need to be able to turn that off.
Stunt mode on.
Just like that.
Self-level mode.
And I've done the same with the rudder mix. Aileron to rudder mix. I've put this on the top switch.
Stunt mode on.
No rudder mix there. Hit the switch back on the 6G.
Self-level mode.
And we have the rudder mix. I'll show you what that looks like. 50% weight. And for some reason we don't need the offset. I don't know why. I'm no expert, but there's no offset there. And there it is on the SD switch, pointing up. That's where my self level is. So hopefully that is going to help someone. That'll get your little warbird to fly around beautiful with the rudder mixing and the throttle mix, throttle to elevator mix as well. It'll fly around perfect, just like the Eachines. I was really happy with it. So once me and my brother got this beautiful P40 flying around perfect, I ended up flying around in stunt mode, in the 3D mode, for quite a while. It was a lot of fun. I was really enjoying it. I actually think this P40, I think, is easier to fly without the gyro than the Eachines. Maybe I need to do a little bit more testing on this one to get it to fly a little bit easier in the stunt mode. But yeah, I find this one quite fun to fly around with no gyro. I was really enjoying it. So it's a great plane. They're all great planes. We're really enjoying these warbirds. So hopefully this has helped someone. If you have any questions, hopefully I'll be able to answer them for you. Thanks for watching.